Hi folks, Tim here again, timsclass.com. Today we've got a comprehensive lesson on power drills, and we've got a bunch of them to go over, so we're going to go over them all fairly quickly. Let's just start with the regular drill. This is what you're used to from, it's kind of old school, with the exception of this one's got a hand chuck as opposed to a key chuck. And what that means, if I want to take this bit out, I simply put it in reverse, tap the trigger, it's going to let go of my bit. I can put my bit back in there, put it back and forward, tap it, hold it, tighten it, and I'm good to go. This is a variable speed, which means the more I pull on the trigger, the faster it goes. Okay? So that just gives you an idea. You can go as slow or as fast as you want to go with that. That's just a regular twist bit in there, and you can see it does the job, but it's not real good at it. Okay, we'll just call it at that. Let's move on. Next drill. This is put out by Bosch. They're probably the, well, I can't plug that into that. They're probably the premier builder of this particular type of drill. This is a rotary hammer drill, and you've got several settings here. I've got it on the rotary phase right now, and I'll illustrate it. Let's say we had a tile floor here, and I need to pop the tile up. Okay, I can either do it by hand and take forever, or I can get one of these bad boys. You see the motion as it's moving forward. Look real close. You can see that drill moves forward. It's constantly pushing and digging in and shaking loose everything that's there. Okay, so that's the rotary function of it. We could turn it over here, and you got a control knob right here. If we wanted to go to hammer rotary, that's gonna allow me, I'll have to swap out the bit, and you do that simply by pulling this back, swap this out. Incidentally, whichever brand that you buy, you have to buy their bits for a rotary hammer drill. So this is Bosch, these are Bosch bits. I'm not about to go drill a big hole in my concrete wall, but if I needed to, that's what I'd do, okay? I would simply put that big bit in there, put it forward, and it's gonna twist and go, and it's gonna go through that wall rather quickly, okay? That's if I want it on rotary hammer, and then if I just want it on a straight drill function, I can flip it all the way over there, and it's gonna function just like a regular drill. I can set my depth. Let's say I only wanted to go so far into the wall. This little guide right here, I can set it to stop me after I get a certain distance into the wall. So it's just a nice feature. Overall, it's a great little drill. You've got your forward and your reverse, fairly lightweight. Good piece of equipment. All right, let's move on. A right angle drill used by electricians. This particular one's battery powered, which I really like that. But you can see we've only got a small distance in between here. These studs are set on 16-inch centers, which means there's 14.5 inches in between there. If I've got a regular drill like this, it's gonna be real hard for me to get in there and get that hole centered without coming at an angle. So your electricians will use these a lot of times. And once again, you put the chuck in, it's a hand tightened chuck, so it's fairly simple to put the chuck in. You just put it in reverse, take it out, put it back and forward, hold it while you tap the trigger, it's good to go. All right, so now we're gonna drill a hole straight through the center of this. You can see how easy that is. And I can run my wire right through there. Okay, we have our impact driver. We've talked about this before. Very simple tool. I've got a Torx bit, which some people call a star bit, and a Torx screw. We're just going to put that right there. I'm going to go ahead and fasten this wall down a little better. All right, where I loosened it up with the rotary hammer drill. All right, our wall's pretty stable again. Next, you'll probably have to come around this side to see. This is a drywall screw gun. All right, neat thing about this, you can see there's a tip here. When I pull the trigger, nothing happens till I put pressure on it, okay? So you'll see a lot of drywall guys will just turn that on and leave it running, and they'll take that drywall screw, set it on there, and when you push it, it just sucks right in. The depth of your screw is set by this little knob right here. You can see you can go deeper by going that way, or you can go shallower by coming back the other way. So all it's doing is moving this in and out further. It's gonna stop when that hits the wall. So neat little tool, great little tool. Regular screw gun, got a Phillips bit in there. Let's take our screw out. All right, and some people have asked, why would you not want to use this to put in drywall screws? Well, the issue is, a lot of times I'm gonna just pull that right through my drywall, more times than not. I could use the clutch to set it and try and get it right, but chances are good it's never gonna work just as good as this screw gun will. So each tool has its own place. All right, next tool, this is a hole hog. Put out by Milwaukee. DeWalt has them, several manufacturers have them. This is for doing big holes. So I've screwed this onto the end of the wall to illustrate how this would work. You can see I've got a long auger bit on there. You got two settings on this drill. You got your low speed and your high speed. Most of the time you're gonna keep it in low speed. You got your forward and your reverse right here. We're gonna put it in forward. This drill has a lot of torque. And by that I mean it won't bog down. As you can see, we've got a big hole coming from one side to the other. You wouldn't want to try and attempt that with one of these other drills because it would just bog down. There's just too much pressure on it. You saw me pulling it out to let some of the shavings come out because it slows down the drill. All right, I'm not even going to plug this one up. This is just a standard hammer drill. It can actually function both ways as a regular drill and a hammer drill. You have a setting right here that swaps it. This is very common hammer drill used by a lot of people. Very simple to operate, very simple to use. Once again, for drilling through concrete. All right, last drill we're going to cover is the drill press. And if you'll come right over here, this is a rigid. You've got a series of pulleys up here. You can change the speed. There's a lot of different things you can do with it, but I just want to illustrate what it does and what it's for. It's primarily used for drilling through metal. So I've got a little piece of 1.5 inch just regular channel set here, and I'm gonna pop a little hole, actually get it started. All I did was make a little mark so that drill won't wander around. You can see the little mark right there. Okay, and we're set up and ready to go. I've got my light on already. All I gotta do is come over to this side, start it. Through our metal. Okay, so makes for a great tool to have in the shop. If you didn't, obviously you're not going to have one of these on a job site. nobody wants to carry that around with them. So they actually make an electromagnetic drill that pretty much is like a miniature one of these, and the way it works, when you plug it up, it's got a huge electromagnet. So it would lock on to a steel beam that I wanted to drill through. Well, the second I plug it up, the magnet holds it in place, and then I can take and use this to drill through the steel beam. It's called an electromagnetic drill. We don't have one of those. I wish we did, but we don't have one. Maybe somebody, one of our sponsors watching this video, could send us one to demonstrate. All right, that's it for today on drills. Hope you got something out of the lesson.